This is Carl at National RV Detroit. I'm going to walk you through this 2023 Palomino Solaire, model number 208SS. So this is not a sales video, it's a how-to video. I'm just going to show you some of the features and how they work, okay? So we have power stabilizers. So this switch here controls both rear jacks, and then there's another switch that controls both front jacks up front, okay? You have a power awning with LED strip. Of course, you have stairs that fold into the trailer with adjustable legs. This is a vent for the range hood. If you're going to be using the fan in the range hood, make sure you stick your thumb up or your index finger up there and pull that little baffle there free so it flaps freely, so you can vent to the outside. You have outside speakers. This is a TV hookup, plus you have TV signal and power here if you want to put a TV outside. There's the front stabilizer switch. You're getting a hitch with this. This is a Husky centerline weight distribution hitch with built-in sway control. We'll show you how that operates when you pick up. You also get a dump hose and an adapter. This crank here will work, for example, if your power stabilizers fail, you can use this crank, which is a cylinder with a slot cut in it, if you can see that. You can use that. Let me find right here. And if you see on this side, the off-door side, there's a shaft with a pin through it. Well, this will fit right on there, and you can actually crank them manually if you need to get yourself out of trouble. Now the 3/4 inch crank that's in here, this one right here, that's for your power tongue jack in case it fails. So if this power tongue jack was to fail and you can't get hitched or unhitched, you could just pull this rubber plug off of here, use that crank, or you can use a ratchet with a socket or a socket with a battery powered drill, whatever you've got. But you can operate that manually also. Okay, so you have a deep cycle marine battery, 2 LP tanks that are full with an automatic changeover regulator. You got your power tongue jack. Okay. Over here, this is your water station here. This is, of course, is your battery disconnect. Right now the battery is on, as you can see. You can disconnect it right there if you need to. This is your sprayer for water, which connects here. So your city water hooks up here. Now you can select all these different configurations. As you can see here, there's 5 of them. The most common one is the center one, which is city water, right? That means you're going to hook the hose up to here, turn it on, and you're going to have all your plumbing is going to work. If you're camping someplace, for example, without city water, you can fill the tank in this configuration, and then when you get to the campground, you can put it in this configuration and pump water out of the tank. So all the plumbing will work as though you have city water, but you'll be pumping it out of the tank. And if you want to winterize, use this configuration, sanitize, so on and so forth. You can also operate your water pump from here if you need to. You can also operate it inside. And last but not least, this is your black tank flush here. So if you're after you dump your black tank, you can hook your hose at the dump station right onto here. You leave the black tank valve open, and you can spray out, flush out your black tank, clean off the sensors, that sort of thing. Okay. Your valves are back here, as you can see, black and gray. And this is your water heater here. The thing to remember about the water heater is never run it without water in it. The switches are inside the trailer, except, well, let me correct that. The switch for the gas is inside the trailer. You have a second switch right here. Let me get this off of here so you can see it. Right here, you can see it. That's right there, on and off. That controls the electric heating element right here that's behind this cover. So keep that in mind, that switch is there in the lower left-hand corner. I'll show you the switches on the inside when we get in there. This is where you drain it right here, inch and a 16th 6-point socket. So if you drain it, you know, whether you're winterizing it or whether you just drain it because you're not going to be using it for a while, always make sure you put water in it before you turn it back on, okay? That's important. Of course, your slide out is in right now. This is a hookup for a solar panel. If you want to add a solar panel kit, you can do it right there. This is where your power cord goes, your shore cord. It just hooks right on there. You have a pre-wire for a Voyager backup camera, if you're interested in that. You have a ladder, which makes it easy to inspect the roof. So the manufacturer states every 60 to 90 days you should inspect the roof. You're going to look for cracking or separation at the sealant. You're going to look for roof damage that could be caused by low branches or road debris or whatever. You don't know what's happening up there unless somebody looks, so make sure that should be part of your regular maintenance, okay? You see an issue up there, you take care of it, but you gotta keep after it. This is an LP quick connect here if you want to add a grill or a griddle or anything like that, okay? Let's go inside. Okay, first when we come in the door, this is the power converter right here. This converts AC to DC power. So you can see down here we've got regular 110 AC circuit breakers right here, like you see at home, and they're labeled, right? Then this AC power is converted to 12 volt DC here, so you got 12 volt fuses here in a breaker. So when plugged in, this converts 110 AC to 12 volt DC. So this is like your electrical distribution panel that you would have at home. Then it converts AC to DC, and it's also a battery tender, so it'll keep your battery charged. So as long as you're plugged in, it'll sense how much energy your battery up front on the tongue has and needs, and it'll send as many amps necessary to keep it charged. Okay, power converter. This is your control panel right here. So your awning is right here. Your power awning. Never leave the awning out unattended, ever. Your slide room is here. You see it going out right now. Always make sure nothing's in the way, nothing's on the outside that you're going to hit, a tree or another camper or anything. And when you bring it in, make sure nothing's in the way on the inside. There you have it. As soon as you hear that ratcheting sound, you take your finger off the button. These are lights here, of course. Your water heater that I talked about on gas, you turn it on here. That lights the gas burner. I showed you the electrical switch in the lower left-hand corner outside, right? The water pump is here. Remember I showed you there's another switch on the outside. Then you have your gauges so that your battery's charged, fresh water, gray tank, so on and so forth. They graduate up on 1/3 increments as you check them. Okay? So your refrigerator is a 12 volt DC refrigerator. So it's a nice size. Runs on 12 volts. And you latch it like that, okay? Let's see what's next. Your keys are hanging on your faucet here. The microwave works like any other microwave. This is your range hood vent that I talked about. If you're going to run the fan, remember I told you there's a baffle outside. You want to open that up so it flaps freely. Your range, I don't know if he's got the gas on right now, but we'll talk you through it here. You got 3 knobs here for 3 burners, and this is the oven knob. This is the sparker. You turn it clockwise. So he does have the gas on, so it's that simple. When it comes to the oven, there's a pilot light all the way at the bottom in the back, right? So you go to the oven knob, you're going to go to the picture of the flame, you're going to depress it. You keep it depressed while you're lighting it. After you see the pilot light down here, you hold it in for another 10 or 15 seconds to heat up the thermocouple. Then you go to the operating temperature you want. When you shut it off, the flame goes out, but so does the pilot light, so you have to relight the pilot light each time you use the oven. And you have a light here. Okay. Always travel with this shut, or in the down position, or else you can get damaged. Okay. Radio is self-evident. You do have a remote with it, which is right here. And you have AM, FM radio. You can play discs. You have a USB drive in it. You have Bluetooth, so you can stream from your phone or tablet. Inside speakers, outside speakers, everything you need. Your TV, there's a remote for the TV. The TV is on a bracket that swings out. Always make sure you lock it in place before you go traveling, okay? It does have a little clip on it, so lock it in place so it doesn't swing around. This is your fireplace right here. Let me see. Oh, we're not plugged in, so I'll have to talk you through it. Basically, you can adjust the temperature. You can adjust the appearance of it, the appearance of the flame and that sort of thing. So it's a good space heater. All right. This here is your carbon monoxide LP gas detector. It should always be green like it is. If it's not green, get it serviced. It has to be working. It's very important. So if it's not glowing green, get it serviced. That's important, obviously. Okay, so roof vent. You have some storage under here, I suppose. Yes, some storage under the bed. You have some nice recliners. Smoke alarm, of course. Come over here to the thermostat, which is very basic. I mean, it's very simple. The temperature is here, the mode. You just keep hitting the mode from furnace or heat to fan, which is the air conditioner running without the compressor, to cool, which is full air conditioning. Anytime it'll allow you to run the fan on auto, always choose that option. It's the best way to go. Okay? And when it comes to the bathroom, the sink and shower work like any other sink and shower. Okay? The toilet is an RV toilet, so it's got a flush pedal right here, and it sits right over a black tank. So when you get to the campground, you hook up your power and your water. You come in here, you put a dose right in the toilet bowl of chemical, then you hold the pedal down with your foot until you put at least a gallon of water in the tank. Then it's ready to be used. You can use more than a gallon, just not less. If you don't do that, it'll be considered using it dry, and if you do that, it'll get clogged up and the smell will be terrible. It'll be a real mess. So you always want chemical and at least a gallon of water when you start off. Okay? And last but not least, this is a fan, obviously a vent. It's a real good one. It's 4-speed. The first 2 speeds you can barely hear it. The other 2 roar, so it's you can use it for any eventuality. The thing is, if you, for example, if you're starting to have, let's say it's the exact time of year, and where the temperature is such where you start to get a little condensation, maybe, and because you've got a bunch of people over coming and going. If that ever happens, you could just put that on low, or second, or whatever, or number 2, and it'll pull all the condensation right out. I mean, these trailers don't have condensation issues, but under the exact right circumstances, you can pull it out with that fan, for example. Another thing is never travel without this latched. Never. Because the doors will bang together, and eventually, it may take a while, it might happen immediately, but eventually you're going to have trouble. It's going to crack it. So you always want it latched together while you're traveling, okay? Okay, I think that about does it. Let me look around here. Okay. Okay, yes, I think that does it. So, of course, that's your emergency window. They work all the same. You can go like this, except you push it all the way through. You grab hold of this tab and pull the screen out, and you can exit in an emergency. Okay, all right. So thanks for buying your trailer here at National RV Detroit. Remember to inspect the roof regularly and keep after it. And right now this is in camping mode, so all the antifreeze has been purged from the system and replaced with fresh water. The water heater is in camping mode. There are valves on the back of it. It's in camping mode, so it's set for the summer. Never run your water heater without water in it, okay? Thank you.